13 people have been cleared by the Electoral Commission to run for office as President of the Republic. The ballot paper may look long, but who are the personalities on the ballot? There are some names that are very familiar and popular. We know them. You may not have to ask a question. There are also party symbols that are very popular on that ballot paper. You don't have to ask about the party symbol. What about those who are representing these party symbols? That's the conversation we're having on Face to Face today. My guest represents one of the oldest political party symbols in Ghana. My name is Umaru Sanda Amadu. You're welcome to Face to Face. So my guest on Face to Face today represents the Convention People's Party as the flag bearer and presidential candidate. She is representing Kwame Nkrumah's party. Nana Frimpomaa Sarpong Kumankumah is my guest. Hello, you're welcome.
Wonderful to be here.
How are you doing?
I'm great, and I feel honored to be with you. I've been watching you, and it's one of those things, very handsome, young, intelligent person.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm blushing. Thank you. I like the green that you have. It's looking it's nice you. On you. The Nkrumah green.
It's you.
And then you have to add the red, and then you're having.
And that's it.
So we know Kwame Nkrumah. We know the CPP. You did not represent the CPP in the past. I don't think the CPP has had the same candidates in the past 12 years. It was Indom, Sakara, Ivor Green Street, and now you. That's how it has been. Before then,
Ivor came twice.
Ivor did twice. Okay, great. So, who are you? Nana Frimpomaa Sarpong Kumankumah. And I'm taking your name one by one so that I don't make a mistake. Talk to me about you first. Let's know you.
Let me start with the Sarpong Kumankumah portion. Because the Sarpong Kumankumah portion might be one of the reasons why I'm sitting where I am today.
Okay.
Because my father was with Osajifo. He was the MP for Ejusu Jaban during the coup, the overthrow. He was also one of the young people that worked with Osajifo. Indeed, one of the pictures that we grew up in my home that I adored so much was the last handshake. That was the picture that when Osajifo was going to Hanoi, when he was leaving before the coup.
To Hanoi?
Yeah, to Hanoi, before the coup. They were the young men and his people who were there, and he shook hands. So the plane was there. And that was the last that he saw of him. So we cherished that picture.
Wow.
And I still did. Even when my father died, that was the picture that I gave out. Now, coming back to the Nana Frimpomaa portion,
So your dad was called Sarpong Kumankumah?
Yes.
Former MP for Ejusu Jaban?
Yes.
Ashanti?
Ashanti.
Is he an Akan?
Yes,
so
from Mampong.
Your dad was an Akan?
Yes, from Mampong. He's from the Mampong. My grandfather is the Mampohini before. So the current Mampohini is my grandfather.
Okay.
There's two. Okay. It's my grandparents too.
I see.
Yes.
And your mother's side?
is my auntie.
Okay. So your mother's side is, what about your mother's side?
My mother's side is the Nana Frimpomaa.
Okay.
I was the Jantwahima or the Doma traditional area. That stool is the Frimpomaa stool. So after having decided to go into politics, I combined the two because I grew up as Sapon anyway. But I took this Nana Akosua Frimpomaa as the second, Nana Frimpomaa the second, as my stool name for the past 20-something years. I've worked as an activist and a traditional leader and ruler for all this while. But having entered politics since 2012, when I became the running mate to Abu Sakara, Dr. Abu Sakara. Since that time, I have been very active in politics. I've directed my energy and passion for the youth, energy and passion for this country, into doing something that I believe that would be able to support young people to direct themselves to be able to take over.
I see. So
take over, take control of their lives.
You were an activist and a traditional ruler or leader. Explain the traditional leader part for me.
As the Jan Swahima of the traditional area, we also have an area called Jamu, which is the place that I'm the Queen Mother. And also, as the Jan Swahima of the traditional area, is the whole of entire traditional area of Doma, which is the Doma Hinkoisel, the Tra, and all the Doma environs. So
you were a queen?
Yes.
Is it the same as the qualifications to be a chief?
Yes.
And chiefs, you cannot...
Yes, so as
how did you negotiate that?
My family and everybody is aware of the fact that I'm now gone into politics, so the stool is now it's my family's stool.
So you abdicated?
So, yes.
Okay, so you don't have the
silent way.
Okay, so you are no more a chief?
No.
Okay.
Not the traditional setup.
Okay.
But I believe in the values of tradition. I believe I'm still a traditional believer. I believe in Ghana. I believe in people. That is why I came to say that in swearing the oath of allegiance and pledge to the people of this country, we must add water.
So, are you religious?
Absolutely. I'm a Catholic by religion.
Catholic.
I grew up as a Catholic.
Okay.
I've been a Muslim before.
Explain that.
I was married to a Muslim, so I became a Muslim. I did everything.
And then what happened? You gave up on Islam?
So
you grew up as a Catholic?
The practice is, but the belief is still there.
So wait, you grew up as a Catholic?
Yes.
Went into Islam?
Yes.
And came back to Catholicism?
I've even been, I'm sorry to say, but I've been a Buddhist before.
A Buddhist?
Well, yes.
Which one, okay, that would not be a husband. Which one led you to Buddhism?
No, that one is in search of, when I became a Muslim, you know, as a Christian growing up, you might have a certain beliefs and things that you think you are the only people going to heaven. Then you come to get to know other family members and you realize how nice the people are and how genuine and truthful they are. And you realize that apparently it's not just a Christian that goes to heaven. Muslims are very nice people. They also have heaven to go. And so it gives you the opportunity now to look at other religion. So in the process,
so you decided to explore?
Oh, yes, I have.
So you tried Buddhism?
And everything.
So you went to the Buddhist temple? And
I'm a traditionalist, and I know clearly.
So the traditionalist part, how were you doing that?
You know that song that we used to sing, and say, Yenananum, yenananum, yenananum sumabo sum, nayendi, nayendi, nayendi yebesum Yehovah. It's the worst thing that can happen to any group of people. Absolutely. So everything Ghanaian, African has made to believe that it is evil, is bad for the people. All we had to do as a people is to refine our system and find a better, simpler, easier way of doing things, just as technology has done for life. But we haven't. So in the process, we shine away from things. And so even as we sit here, the very things, even democracy, that is why I'm sitting here today. The democratic system that we called our governance system has been imported. And in the importation, instead of using it to make sure that as we go on, we use what we are used to.
We are bringing the Western one and fitting it into us.
Yes, so even the meaning of democracy, governance for the of the people, by the people, for the people, we've lost it. We only use it to get power. And that is why CPP, as we've come back, based on our father's beliefs, based on who we are, based on the fact that we believe in the Ghanaian and the spirits of the Ghanaian youth, we are bringing systems like the governance at your doorsteps. Okay. That would help you.
I'm still curious about your personal life before we do the national politics. So currently, do you identify as a Christian, a traditionalist, a Muslim, a Buddhist? How do you identify yourself?
I identified God. If I have to fill a form, I would say I'm a Catholic, because that's what religion.
But in your heart, you are everything's on.
In my heart, God is here. That's what I believe.
You believe in the Trinity?
I believe in God within man. I believe in the God that is real.
Okay.
I believe in the God in my ancestors. My father, my mother, my grandparents.
But you have to choose one.
That one I've chosen.
Because you see, if you choose Islam, you believe there's one God. If you choose Christianity, you believe in Trinity. If you go traditional, you know what it is. There
What do you
are
believe in?
multiple gods. And then if you believe in Buddhism, Gautama Buddha. So which one is it that you are setting? You have to settle on one.
No. You don't have to. That is the point. I am who
So
I
you are
am.
swimming among everything. So.
No. That is exactly my point. We've lost. We're a lost race.
No, so why don't you go back to the traditionalists then?
No. Because there's nothing like that. We are who we are today. It's like saying that you eat banku, you kenke, you eat everything. Why don't you stop everything and start eating what your great 100 years ancestors were eating? Where is that food? It's not here. All you have today is what you have. Who we are and who I have become. Okay. It's a respect for religion.
But you go to
it's
church?
A respect for people. It's a respect to understand where God really is.
Okay.
God is not in the Quran. God is not in the Bible. And God is not in the Shnap. You understand? God is within all of us. And that is why when I speak from a certain knowingness and a certain understanding. And I know that the black man and the African is capable and that has been created with that spirit. That spirit is not a foreign spirit.
Okay. But
that we are not here as a mistake and a chance. We are here to make sure and empower people and empower ourselves. God is not sitting in my church. When I go to church, it's only to communion with people, to communicate with them and to be able to be there. I don't believe that the college God is bigger or better than the Pentecost God, or neither is the Pentecost God better than the charismatic. No, it's not true.
But I just want to be sure. But you go to church on Sundays?
I go to church when I can.
First mass or
Sundays.
second mass? Which one? First
I
mass.
usually prefer the first because Catholic is only 1 hour we are done.
Very well. Let's talk about family. Talk to us about your family. You're a family person?
Yes.
Can you tell us more?
Yes. I have 3 kids of my own, and several of them out there.
I can imagine.
If I have several,
if you could
put in a call, you'll be shocked.
So many people will call.
Yes, including even your boss.
It's very possible. I see. Okay, I just wanted to get those things just understood. Where did you go to school? Did you go to school?
Yes, I went through the regular school.
Where?
I remember. So there's a school here. Yeah, I'm not too far from Nima.
Yeah, this Kanda Nima.
So there's a school, New Nation. Then I ended up in a school on this road near Broadcasting.
Okay, near GBC.
Most of us at that time were the children of the Nkrumah's party. Okay, so the Kandas here was more like that, and so I went to school there. That was when the coup happened. For 2.5 years, my father was in jail.
So as of the time the coup happened in 1966, you were conscious politically, were you?
Yes, I was.
You were not a child.
What do you call that? That group, young pioneers.
Oh, you're
young.
Oh,
yes,
okay. Young
my
pioneers.
school were there, young.
But where did you go to your secondary school?
In Frimpomaa.
And then university, what did you study?
I studied. I did pre-med. Before Frimpomaa, after Frimpomaa, I did everything. Okay. Then I went back to the U.S. and I did pre-med for a while. I had kids and I did.
So what's your profession? I'm a journalist. What are you?
A business person. I'm an entrepreneur.
Okay.
For all my life.
So what do you do?
As I sit here, I'm a business person and an IT person.
I see. How did you end up in politics? Did Sakara find you and hey, come and help me? Did you already know Dr. Sakara in the past, or how did you enter politics in 2012?
After my daddy having gone through all that, he also became part of Champion's era. He was the one in charge of taking the youth from the street. And Champion had that kind of vision as well, just as what Osadefo did, to be able to get us onto the farm and get the country industrialized. So after that coup, I gave up my spirit in politics. So in as much as I wanted to make an impact in society, I didn't want to do it. So I did it through an NGO.
Okay.
So I had one of the largest NGO, the most recognized NGO at that time, called Caring Case International. The one I personally did that NGO. I was a founder. The only non-funded NGO, but I got most of the award, including the award from Nooks at that time, as the mother of Ghana and the mother of Nooks. In fact, I got the award from the West African Union of University students. When they came here, it was 4 of us, myself, Otumfo, the President Kufuor at that time, and then the 4th person was Kantaka.
Okay.
So those are the kind of things I've done. I believe in young people, and so for me, if you ask me what I do or who I am, I'll tell you that I believe I'm more of. I used to do motivational programs for young people. I used to run a program on Choice FM for 2 years. It's called Success Factory. I had reading clubs in almost all the second cycle institutions. I did a lot of reading programs in a lot of young people. I was an addict, and I wouldn't say addict, but I had this I had an obsession to see people succeed in education.
Okay.
And so I help young people to be able to read.
Okay.
So I had a reading club in most schools.
So how did you become CPP?
So to become, now, I guess that when it got to a point where Abu Sakara wanted to find a woman to partner with, the youth that I had worked with, Abu Fogo and other youth leaders, Martin, who was then at Choice FM, who were all part of Abu.
Martin J. Mensakosa, or which Martin?
Martin, what's the name? What did you say? Martin Edu.
Okay. All right.
He was working at Choice FM when I was there. All these young people who were part of the party and with Abu's team could think of no other person but Nana Frimpomaa.
I see.
So that is how Abu called.
So they advised Sakara that this is the best person.
Yes.
He didn't know you prior to that time.
He didn't know me personally, at all. I knew him from the IEA debate because I used to engage myself in everything CPP. As long as I had CPP somewhere, I'll be there. But I was not actively involved because I was a queen mother at that time.
So when he approached you that I wanted you to be my running mate, what was the view? Like, what was the reaction? How was the feeling?
I would have initially, I might have said no because of I didn't really want to go into politics because of my father's experience. But after having done so much in the area of caring kids, I remember the last time that I took 147 children back to secondary school. And most of them are finished university. And like I told you, spending years, I was a patron to GAPS, patron to GIJ student, I was part of almost all the youth organization and youth movement. It became and had gone to all these second cycle institutions to motivate young people to stay in school and become the best, especially in fancy PIM and all that. So at that point, I came to the conclusion that it's very difficult for one person to do much. If you are a government and you really have the passion that I have and that commitment, you can do so much. So I did not hesitate at all to accept, so that now being part of a government would give me the opportunity to put my energy, my passion, and the people's resources, the resource of the people, into themselves. So
your ticket was not successful in 2012. 2016, your party went into election. You were not on the ballot as flag bearer running mate. 2020, same. What have you been doing all this while to 2024 in the party CPP?
Okay.
Since you guys lost out in 2012.
Okay. After the 2012.
Because as Sakara left, right? He went to form his own movement.
Yes. After the 2012, I was still part of the party. In fact, I was with His Excellency Ivor Greenstreet during the 2016. I went around with him to his campaign. But I found out something that changed me a little. That if you want to find out people who are committed in this country and people with really ideas and patriotic vision for this country, you can't find them outside CPP. And
that sounds true.
Yes, and that is the truth. Yet, CPP is where it is because we don't have structures on the ground. No, and polling stations, as we found out from the pink sheet era, elections are won at polling stations. So if you don't have members at the polling station level, executives who are ready and committed to go and vote, and then after voting, police the ballot for you, you'd end up with no numbers. So I decided to become the chair and leader of the Convention People's Party so that I can help bring that system and structure in place. So even though I wasn't actively involved in the public with the with becoming a flag or a running mate after that time, I was the leader as at 2020 till now.
So you've been national chairperson of the CPP, steering the affairs of the party, and now you have the opportunity to be the flag bearer.
Precisely.
I'm going to take a break. When I come back on Face to Face, I'm going to ask Nana Frimpomaa Sarpong Kumankumah what the state of the CPP is. CPP has been called a sleeping giant for decades. Is it still sleeping? It probably may have lost its breath, possibly stopped breathing, possibly dead. And how is she going to lead a dead party into battle? That's a question I'm going to ask her when I come back. And then we'll talk about national politics. Please stay. You're welcome back to Face to Face. My guest is the presidential candidate of the Convention People's Party, number 7 on the ballot. That is what the CPP is. Madam, your party it's been dead for decades. You always pretend to be reviving it, but the numbers, nothing. You used to have 3 MPs in 2008. Today, you don't even have, sometimes you don't even have parliamentary candidates in elections. How seriously should we take you as a party?
Wonderful. If a political party was an entity that was by itself, I'll tell Ghanaians, forget it. But unfortunately, and fortunately for us, political party is an institution or a group of people put together that is supposed to go get governance, go get power to govern a country. So what it simply means is that it's a dynamic arrangement. At one point, for reasons which I have just explained, which is the reason being that CPP, having had the best structures and the best people committed for this nation, some group of people, and I'm not going to go into that, made a conscious effort to ensure that they take those people and take the structures when they wanted to form their party. So at a point, CPP, or the people of that party, joined with PNDC and formed NDC. So our structures remain there. So trying to get us, when our father Akar left the party, and we now came back to ourselves, trying to get us to get back. We still have all these big people who are loving and who want the country to work, but we don't have a base. So when you identify a problem, even if you are in coma, you've been comatose, you are there, you have identified a problem, and you get the right solution, you revive. We have identified our problem. The problem is the fact that there are no structures on the ground. Today, as I talk to you, that has been solved.
All structures have been solved, fixed?
Yes.
As chairperson?
As chairperson.
So you have constituency offices?
It's not, the structure, I'm sorry, it's not offices.
Okay.
Today, like one of our best policies, which is going to be the government at your doorstep, when I get there, I will explain. It's not going to talk about a structure. When the money movement system, one company moves close over $1 trillion now. If you ask that company, where are your structures? It doesn't have structures, but it has a structure. It has a platform, it has a system. It's the systems I'm talking about. The young people.
But the Electoral Commission requires that you have a physical office space.
Oh no, we have offices. If that was, but that's not what I meant. I mean, I'm talking about polling station. It's not about the constituency offices. As for constituency offices, some areas it will expire, we'll renew them. That's not what gives you numbers. Because elections are not won at constituencies. Elections are won at polling stations. So you must have that polling station structure.
So the structure there would include what? Executives at the polling station or members? Or what do you call structures?
You need people who own the party at the polling station. Ownership of the party at the polling station. You can be, and we have executives at the polling station, plus members at the polling station. But people must own the party.
Do you have a database?
Yes, we have a database. And that's what I told. I said I'm an IT person. We have a database. So
do you have the total number of CPP members?
Yes, we have. Not right now. You see, when Osajifo, CPP was able to change this destiny of this country, and we're able to have that sovereignty today you and I can enjoy. Was not based on membership at that time. That membership had gone and been left with UGCC at the time. It was based on committed people The structure was in place, and we asked people to come and take over, come and be part of a movement. That is why the thing was freedom. Freedom. Because people were tired and wanted freedom. They wanted out of the colonial invaders authority. So that's what we got. Okay. So if you ask me, yes, today, the Ghanaian youth is completely tired. He has tried these two systems and have realized that it's taking them nowhere. All the agitation and protest that you see, it's not because of CPP. It's because of the Ghanaian youth themselves being exhausted. It is CPP we are saying and giving the youth the opportunity at the grassroots, at the polling station, to be able to go and represent themselves and vote.
You said you said you're an IT person. You have a database. So how many members are there in the Convention People's Party?
I can tell you how many members we need to win. I can tell you how many Ghanaians are ready and ready to vote.
But you can't tell me how many people are committed members of the CPP.
Oh, no, I'm not going to tell you committed members of the CPP.
Because you don't know. Because there isn't any.
No, that's not the point.
So how many members are there in the Convention People's Party? Off the top of my head, we all know that NDC has a safe 4 million people. MPP has a safe 4 million people. How many
they
people,
don't have 4.
No problem. How many?
No. I just want to put that on record. They themselves know they don't have that membership.
Forget them.
Oh,
what is
are you talking about people who are likely to vote for us, or talking about membership?
No.
They don't have that membership.
Let's talk about card-bearing members.
No, they don't have that card-bearing members.
No, forget MPP NDC. Let's talk about you. How many card-bearing members do you have in the CPP? Do you have
that? Is one thing that I'm telling you. We are in the process.
You have been chairperson for what?
Yes.
6 years?
Yes. No, 4 years.
4 years.
Yes.
And you don't.
Oh, I know.
You say you have been fixing the system, and yet you don't have a register containing.
Oh, there we do.
Members.
But do I want to make it public to you at this point?
No, it just proves that you are a serious party with a serious structure. But if you don't have the number of people in your party, then your seriousness will be questioned, don't you think?
No, absolutely. No, that's exactly the point I'm telling you, that in the process of trying to build the base, we have a structure in the system now. As I talk to you, I can give, so if I told you that I have 2 million membership.
No, it's okay. That's you. Okay. It's your word against the truth. Yeah. So you have 2 million. You're making up figures, madam.
No. I'm not making up. I'm just telling you that at each polling station.
How many executives?
17. We have 17 executives that are supposed to be on the ground.
Supposed.
Yes. It is that 17-member executive that we have been working with and working on all this while. Do I have all in place now? Do we have 20? The forms that I sent out, we sent out 1 million application form, structured than any other political party. And these forms are in every polling station, getting its members together. Okay? So if those members are together, I can tell you that we have at least over 800 executives, not members. That's why I'm saying, give me to the 7th of December. And then you will see how many members are with CPP now. Do you understand?
So you're supposed to have 17 executives at each polling station.
Yes, minimum.
And the EC says we have over 40,000. I just did the multiplication, which means you should have 680,000 executives at the polling
How many?
station. 680,000.
Even more than that, because after that you also have to add electoral areas.
Yes,
the electoral areas are
and
also
then regions, and then
by the electoral areas are a lot of numbers. They are also over 7,000. So multiply, add that one too.
No, I'm not adding. This is just numbers.
I wanted you to add the numbers.
No, I wanted to see if you are real.
So then,
it appears you don't. Where's your polling station? Where do you vote? Where do you vote?
At the you see.
What's the name of your polling station?
Bawaleshi.
Bawaleshi.
Yes.
That's the name of the polling station.
Yes.
Bawaleshi is big. Are you sure that's the name of the polling station?
No. The school campus there. I've voted there all my life. I mean for.
So you have a voter's card now?
Oh, absolutely.
That's where you will be voting.
Yes, that's
Do you know? Can you mention 5 executives of the CPP at the Bawaleshi polling station?
Yes.
That's Ayawaso West Wogon.
Yeah, Prof.
Kwanzaa. What's Prof's full name?
Prof. Oh.
You just call him Prof. Okay.
Agboba.
Okay, and then
Kwanzaa.
What's his full name?
Kwanzaa.
You've forgotten. No problem.
Kweku
Kwanzaa. The next person.
Leonard Kesi.
The fourth one.
Justice.
Justice.
Nana Frimpomaa.
That's you. So are they executives or they are just members of
these are people who you find them there when you come to the polling station.
In 2020, how many votes did you get at your polling station?
You see, I don't want to go there. Do you know why?
Why?
Do you know why? Because I just told you that there is a there is a reason why we're in coma. And that coma situation has been resolved.
No problem. So, but
so let's wait.
2020,
now the person is even jogging.
2020, you got 0 votes at your polling station, didn't you?
Oh, no, we didn't get 0.
How many did you get?
Oh, no. 5 or 6.
5. You couldn't convince your own polling station people to vote for you. You're sure you can convince the nation to vote for you?
Let me tell you.
Yes, tell me.
At each polling station, the executives that we have, we don't have we don't have executives in each polling station.
Okay.
Before 2020, we didn't have.
Okay.
We didn't have members at each polling station that we have put in the data before 2020. It is now that I have put that system in place, where I can now tell you that when you come and my system is ready, and I want to show to you, you'll see each polling station who we have there, volunteers and people that have volunteered to be part of CPP.
So let me ask you a question. You said that Ghanaians are tired of the duopoly, MPP, NDC, but they have structures that are working for them. You don't have a structure. Why should... What would you call...
Question. You have to define that structure first.
They know the number of people who are on their register, number of people who pay dues to them.
Because she just told me it's 4 million. They have... Now I know it's not 4 million. They themselves said they don't even have up to 2 million.
No problem.
So that means that is not
even
it.
If they...
No political party can show you 2 million vote membership.
But
I can tell you today, they don't. They get
cards.
people to vote for them on the voting day.
No problem.
Thank you.
Party cards. How many party cards have you issued as a party to your members? You see, you don't have. They have.
Yes.
And they collect dues from their members. So they are serious parties. Why should someone who has just turned 18 go to vote for CPP? Tell me why.
The only reason why the person who has just turned 18 must vote for CPP is because CPP is bringing governance to their doorstep.
They already have that. Rollins and the PNDC brought them governance through decentralization at their doorstep.
No, they don't have it.
Has been
they don't have it. You're asking me, are you talking about now or paper?
No, in reality, your decentralization was brought for you by PNDC.
No. Let me ask you a question.
I may not answer you, but ask.
No, at least let me ask, because at least somebody is watching. In your neighborhood today, or let's say in the neighborhood of the Galamsey, when the Galamsey was stopped, my the aunties and people who wanted to make sure that somebody in their neighborhood who has come in to do Galamsey was going to be stopped or should stop, where was the person supposed to go to? Let me tell you, everything is just on paper. It's not real. Getting an award for something, it doesn't mean that you really are practicing what you say you are going to do. The 18-year-old today, has no choice but to take over. And taking over is a vehicle that will allow them to be able to govern themselves.
But why would he use a vehicle that has no ties under it? It's been suspended on cement blocks. That's a CPP currently.
No. The vehicle...
There are so many other vehicles.
No, listen.
Even if they don't want the NDC MPP, the CPP vehicle doesn't look like a vehicle that can move anytime soon. So why would they waste their time? They would join the other vehicles.
No, because the fitter who is there fixing the car knows clearly that this is the best car, knows that the car is already ready, that the tie that is not underneath, it was there waiting for the engine and things to be fixed.
The ties were removed in 1966.
No, it was not. That's
before that person's mother was probably born.
No, that's what I'm telling you, that today, the very person who is the agent at my polling station is not my grandmother who is dead. Neither is it my father who is gone. It is that gentleman, his colleague. It is that same boy, his colleague. It is the very same person who is coming to join the CPP. Just as they joined the CPP to make you have the economic independence. Now the next stage of the CPP is to bring you the political independence, the economic independence, access to affordable housing, water, drinking, quality drinking water, so that as we sit here today, where we are going, where you are going, that 18-year boy, very soon he will not be able to eat the yam and the banku because of the mercury and the lead. He knows clearly that is not a future for him. He knows very well that where the country is, you don't have to try something that is work. You know something? Let me tell that 18-year-old. They said doing the very same thing and expecting a different result is called insanity. That 18-year-old boy is smart. He has a smartphone and he knows clearly that today he needs to change everything. He himself must become the change. And we are giving them the vehicle.
There's a view that...
The vehicle is a Rolls Royce. It has been fixed. Everything has been done by the best of the people, and now the ties are there. And how much is tie? The tie is the least of the concern.
There's a view that you, these small parties, you are just appendages of the two major parties, and that you collect money from them and do their bidding. How
do they have money?
The big parties, they do plenty.
No, whose money? Listen, people come in here.
Dues.
I'm not going to answer. Do you know why I won't answer that one? Because there is also the truth that the same big parties are the ones who have squandered our money, are the very reason why you and I are in debt, are the reason why Quaker is selling for 10 cedis today, is the reason why the young person cannot even pay for a decent accommodation and a decent
There's
meal.
an allegation that you, as a party leadership, you are in bed with the New Patriotic Party. What do you say to that?
There's an allegation that I am in bed with NDC as well. NDC and MPP is Ghana. Please listen to me.
Are you in bed with either of them?
I am in bed with myself. However,
that would be lonely.
And that's what I enjoy, because I like reading and I want to listen to good music and I don't even want to be bothered with anybody.
Let's talk about the voters register. Whose position were you on? Did you support the NDC position or the MP position on the voters register thing, the audit that?
I did not support no NDC. Now, you're talking to the Frimpomaa here.
Yes, I know.
I don't support NDC or MPP.
What's your view? What's your view on the voters register?
I support the people of this country.
What's your view on auditing the voters register?
My view is simple. The voters register, we have how many weeks to elections?
60 days.
Yes, I don't think this is the time for audit, external audit. That the constitution and the system that we have, our bylaws that we have for the EC system,
the
CI gives you and I the opportunity, and everybody else the opportunity to audit that system. And there's a process of auditing. That's all we are saying. That where we are today, any situation of panic to the people and to make it look as if Ghana is ready for a war might not be the best.
What is the CPP's position on free senior high school?
The CPP's position, me in particular, I told you that I spent a strong part of my life paying for people's fees.
That's you as a person.
Yes.
As a party, what's your policy on free senior high school? So
really
NDC says progressive, MPP says now. MPP is implementing, NDC says what you are implementing doesn't look good, it's wobbly, I want to come and fix it. What is your view on the current...
We say that it should have been done some decades ago. So what does that mean?
If you won the election on...
Tomorrow morning,
yes,
not just F cube, free compulsory universal basic education will be real. Will be real just as I'm bringing decentralization to the system, making it real. I'll make that real. No child will be on the streets. If you're a parent, listen to me clearly. No child you don't have the right to decide whether your child is in school or not. No child, whether you are a foreigner from Mali or nowhere, it doesn't matter. No child will be on the streets. Number two, every young person, let me tell you something, and this is the truth. All of you would have access to the at least to an associate degree. You don't have to worry. And if your parents can't afford to the PhD level, you will do it. Because we believe in you. We believe that when you are able to get the best of education, you'd come back and stay in this country and make it better. Because the Ghana shares that we are coming up with, the system that we are putting in place will ensure that you sit in Ghana, you stay in Ghana, and contribute with your youthful age and exuberance. All the brains that God has given you. I believe that God is within man. And I believe that one of the vehicles and the point to use is the God within. And that starts with the expansion of the human mind. And the expansion of the human mind simply means that you, the hands and the tools that you have, cannot be used if you don't have the knowledge as a person. Okay. So we will support you to expand that knowledge, so that you can become the best IT. Design the TikToks, design the Facebooks, design the Instagrams. You have it. Okay. You would do that, and Ghana would live to the next level. So if you ask me about education, be assured that there's no way, nothing is going to stop us to making you become the best that you can be. If you can't afford it, Ghana will pay for you.
Let's talk about...
Free education is a must.
Let's talk about your campaign. The MPP is working to break the 8. The NDC says it will bring a 24-hour economy. What is the CPP's slogan or position to the election?
Wonderful. Ghana bashers.
Ghana bashers.
Ghana bashers. And governance at your doorstep. And agro-sure. These three basic things will revolutionize the country.
What is Ghana bashers?
Ghana bashers simply means that we are going to take everybody from the informal sector to the formal sector. So that we have a system and an economy that works with structures, as we were saying, with institutions that work. So every Ghanaian, 20 million of you, every Ghanaian, 20 million of you, irrespective of who you are, you are born blind, you are born smart, you are born not too smart, it does not matter. Who you Ghana need by if you Ghana ba. Ghana ba shares means you have access to 20,000 on your head. Everybody gets that money as long as you are Ghanaian. What it means that you decide
20,000 cedis. Is that what
everybody has access to 20,000 Ghana.
How? What kind of access?
Allocation. And
So
that
you
means
give them physical cash?
no, it's there. Let me explain to you. That means that with your allocation, if you want to have processed cashew nut or run a best IT service, you can now, and you need 1 million, all you need is 50 Ghanaians to put their interest in that project. And that 50 Ghanaian interest, you have the 1 million. And that company belongs to the 50 Ghanaian. You run it, you get paid, but you have the shares. Same with the farming. Anybody who believes in anything, you also can have farming. The farming needs 10 million. It means I need 500 Ghana people, Ghanaians, to put their interest in. You bring the excavator, you bring the irrigation, you bring the what do you call that, the combined harvester, everything. So it's cooperative farming. So we are a state-led economy, but we believe that for the country where we are today, the extent of corruption and the lack of connection with government, we are going to now make sure that everybody have access to money. You, including everyone, will have access
I'll come back
money.
to you. Let me take
live your dreams.
This is Face to Face on Channel 1 Television. My name is Umaru Sanda Amadu. My guest is Nana Frimpomaa Sarpong Kumankumah of the Convention People's Party. She's a flag-bearing presidential candidate, number 7 on the ballot. We've been talking about the state of the CPP and also asking her views on a number of issues and national issues. We'll come back asking about Galamsey, whether they will be going on the demonstration, join organized labor, or they would not. What her position on that is. And also her choice of running mate. Why? You're welcome back. This is Face to Face on Channel 1 Television. My name is Umaru Sanda Amadu. My guest is the presidential candidate of the CPP, Nana Frimpomaa Sarpong Kumankumah. What is wrong with the Akufo-Addo government or the MPP government?
What is wrong?
Yes. Why do you want it to be removed so that you take over?
All you have to do is look around you and look at your life and look at where you are.
What is wrong with what is around us and the life?
Everything.
Like what?
Like access to... I can't even say it. It's surprising.
It means there's nothing to be said.
No.
Then say
Let me tell you. Have you been to the markets of late?
Yes. I went to the Adaraka market.
And how much did you pay for yam?
It depends. I got yam from Tamale 2 days ago.
Have you tried buying even ordinary banana on the street today?
Yes.
How much do you pay for the banana?
5 to 10 cedis.
No, how much? What's the pieces?
The fingers.
Fingers.
I don't know. I didn't calculate it in
yes.
that. What's your point?
The banana is 2 cedis. The one that brings...
One finger.
1 finger, 2 cedis.
Is it a big one? Is it local or...
It's like this.
Is it local or exotic?
Local banana.
Okay, then that'll be small, Papa.
Yes. So the point here is that everything is wrong.
Are you sure?
The economy. That's all it is.
How can you fix the economy?
Simple. That's what I was telling you. That it is not. It's not a rocket science. It's something that you really need.
Do you understand when they say macro and micro economy? Do you understand it?
Absolutely.
What's the difference between macro and micro?
So I'll be talking about the micro, not the macro.
Okay.
Because the macro is what they have used to deceive us all the time. They come in, they take our GDP, and then manage it properly. They say, oh, it's a good governance. And then they'll tell you inflation is going, whatever is going up is good. Meanwhile, the micro economy, which is what is the problem, is what I'm going to fix. Because when you fix that one, then this one, we see what we have here. Unlike the other part of the world, who says that Ghana is doing well based on indicators. We don't eat indicators. We are talking about our living standards, what we do today. As access to accommodation. How much am I paying for electricity? How much is your transport? You, the young person. How much is your transport in comparison to your salary?
If you became president, what would you do to arrest the dollar?
Oh.
What do you think is the solution?
Ghana shares and AgroSure.
How can Ghana shares fix the dollar?
Let me explain to you then. AgroSure means that every farmer in Ghana, please listen to me, and young men listen, so that you are smart. You have a smartphone, so you are smart.
No, it's not automatic.
No, I'm telling them. I just want to brainwash them into smartness. They are smart.
But why are you brainwashing them?
Because they've been brainwashed into thinking that they are evil and bad. You are smart, okay?
Yes, okay.
So here you are. Listen to me and digest the information and do what is right. Every farmer in Ghana As long as you plant, your food is bought. Ekuani biara, unye due we dua bana, yato aban betuaka. Simply because
aban benyes can free.
And I'm making patch. Simply because the farmer who is planting okra, yam, cassava, rice, and call their names, is the same person we are expecting to carry the food from that village and bring it to me in Accra. It's an impossible task, and it's, I don't want to say it's evil. It is such inhumane against human beings. It won't happen under my watch. Once you plant, we pay.
It appears the solution to all the problems of Ghana for you is in Ghana bashes.
Absolutely.
How? Because
we need the
it can fix the dollar.
Yes, it can fix everything.
It can fix petrol.
And it can fix the lives of people.
Can it fix sanitation?
It can fix everything.
How?
In fact, the sanitation is the best part. I'll send you some videos. Because the Ghana Basher simply is the border thing where 20 million people have the access. But the government at your doorsteps is the solution, is the implementation vehicle. What it means is that as close as your polling center will become your governance center. Decentralization to it's the smallest unit. So, where there's gutter, who is doing what in your neighborhood? You will be running the solution from there. You don't need your parliamentarian, your minister, or anybody to tell you things that don't work. Once you walk in there, it's government of the people, by the people, for the people. You in that community will be running your government. And every AI in the system that takes the information, then takes it to every department so that things will be done from your need level. Solution, solution, solution. Okay. The gutter there can never be solved by the AMA sitting in Accra. The government, the person next door to me who has put a sand that has grown weeds taller than me cannot be solved. I don't even know where my assemblyman is. Okay. But now I can walk to my local polling station center, which is the government center, and that is where everything starts. Services and everything. Your passport, your visa, visa. Anything.
Ghana card.
Ghana card. So Ghana,
the Ghana bar thing you keep talking about, is it a coinage from your running mate, Ghana Manti Raswayo? Is that where you got the name from? Was it his idea? Because it used to be called Ghana Manti.
Yeah, he is coming. He's still Ghana Manti.
But the Ghana bar changing his name, so I'm not sure. How did you settle on Raswayo as your running mate?
Because of who we are. You know, before our father...
He was in NDC. You've gone to pluck him from NDC.
That's exactly the point I was telling you, that Ghanaians have now either NDC or MPP. And so, if you are just trying to find Ghanaians who are not either NDC... We are CPP. CPP, we really don't discriminate.
What about him was so special for which we went for him?
Yes, CPP does not discriminate. CPP looks at the hearts and the vision and the minds of people. That's why every young person to me, listen to me. When I'm done, *92*... *920*277#. No matter who you are, you can be the daughter of Akufo-Addo. Come and join CPP. We'll take you on. Raswayo.
No. The code you mentioned, is it for collecting money or for joining the CPP? Which one is it?
For joining the campaign.
For collecting money. For contributions.
No money.
So it's what? Repeat it.
*920*277#.
Okay.
*920*277#. Anywhere you are today, join the campaign at your polling station and let's take this vehicle. It's the best vehicle.
I see you have $20 billion. You are planning to raise $20 billion.
We will not raise $20 billion. It's the easiest money to get.
Okay.
People think it's a lot of money. It is to change the economic order and structure from informal sector to formal sector, so that the farmer, we want to fade out whole cutlass farming by using AgroSure. As long as I'm buying your food, as long as there's Ghana Basho, as long as you are bringing you the equipment, as long as you can now have the cooperative, nobody should hold and cutlass before you eat.
Give me one good thing about your running mate. One positive thing.
The goodness for me is please, before I wrap up, is the polling station at your doorsteps. Don't forget that.
Your running mate.
I'm coming. My running mate here, that's why I'm bringing it to the local center. My running mate is a local man. He believes in the people at the local level. I want to use this word. He's a ghetto man. He's a lawyer though.
He's a ghetto man.
He's a ghetto man. We, the ghetto people, are our children. They are my best children.
What is ghetto boy?
Ghetto boy means the struggling young person in the neighborhood who is doing trying to survive.
Your running mate is a lawyer. He's not a
That's exactly what I'm saying. My running mate is the one who helped the person who had on the locks.
Yes.
Because they said just a look at him
so
makes
he's not a ghetto boy. He's a lawyer.
That's what I'm saying. He's a lawyer barrister, but he is a ghetto papa boy. Oh, he's at the ghetto. He grew up from there. He helps the ghetto people. It's like me. I'm a ghetto person. I'm a ghetto person because I believe in every young person.
So that's why you chose him?
I chose him because...
So for the ghetto votes there you will get?
Oh, not the ghetto votes. You see, we used to call the veranda boys.
Yes, veranda
boys.
The
veranda boy, because our father Osagyefo who believed in Ghanaians. He used the youth to go get the power. We will use the Ghanaians to give them back the power.
Madam,
so ghetto boy, ghetto mother.
Thank you so much for speaking to us on Face to Face. We wish you all the best. I look forward to you getting more than 7 votes on December 7 for the number 7. I pray for you.
7 million. Thank you very much.
7 million. Are you sure?
I thought you said 7 million.
I said 7 votes.
Oh, please. 7 million.
Because you see, the last time you didn't even come third.
Sweetheart, I told you exactly our problem. When you know your problem,
you have the solution.
You have your solution. That's all it is in life.
So you're sure that you win?
I am positive that the Ghanaian will take the mantle today.
And January 7, you will be sworn in. You believe that?
January 7th.
When you dream
on the December 7th.
When you dream that you have been voted, you won't get up and start shouting at night.
You know, as I sit here with this confidence.
Yes.
On December 7th.
Very confident. I like that.
Yeah, on December 7th.
But job day ground.
And the job is what I'm talking about.
Do you have polling agents? 40,000. Do you have polling agents?
We have polling agents. I'm telling you.
But they are not 40,000.
They are more than 40,000.
Yeah, sure.
I have more than polling agents. I have people at the polling station now. I'm the polling grounds in my database.
On election day, I'll be looking out for you. And I'll see how many votes you get at Balishi. Thank you for speaking to us. Thank you so much.
Very much.
So that's Nana Frimpomaa Sarpong Kumankumah. She's a presidential candidate of the Convention People's Party. My name is Umaru Sanda Amadu. Thank you for joining us.